हेलो, नमन सर।
हाँ सर।
हाँ, 1 मिनट। हाँ स्टूडेंट्स, दिस इज बायोलॉजी क्लास, ओके। तो those who are from math group JEE will join from another Zoom ID 2679925137 so मैथ सभी लीव कर दो और 267 वाले मीटिंग आईडी से ज्वाइन करो आप, ठीक है। हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, आवाज आ रही है मेरी?
Sir, can you repeat?
Maths group students leave from this class and join from another meeting ID 2679251379 लिख लो। Maths group 9251379। आपके पास जूम के 2 दिए हुए हैं, लिख लो। मीटिंग आईडी लिख लो, पासवर्ड सेम ही है 12345। मीटिंग आईडी इज डिफरेंट 267। लिख लिया सबने? प्लीज रिप्लाई। हेलो मैथ्स ग्रुप स्टूडेंट्स ने मीटिंग आईडी लिख लिया? यस और नो?
Yes, sir.
मैं रिपीट करता हूँ 26792511379। join maths class with this meeting ID or this continue classes of biology class. Manan sir.
Okay sir. Okay, good noon guys. Everyone, good noon to all of you. So we shall begin with today. I hope all of you are comfortable in English. If you do not understand anything in English, then kindly ask me. I will translate into Gujarati or Hindi, whatever you are comfortable. Basically, I am Gujarati, so I can translate to Gujarati also. So it depends on what language. But usually, I'll teach in English. But then, if you have any problems, you can ask me. So in today's lecture, we will cover a few things about. We'll discuss few things about the NEET exam and the number of questions which are asked from each topic. We'll also talk about the weightage with respect to the different units of our 11th, and we'll also discuss techniques in biology. So with this, there will be entire techniques which will be used in our entire syllabus, and frequently those terms will be used. So we'll be talking about those techniques also. કેમ કે આપણા ટેક્સ્ટબુકમાં ઘણી બધી જગ્યાએ એ બુક્સ એ ટર્મ્સ છે યુઝ થશે ટેકનિક્સ. ટેકનિક્સ જે પણ આખા સિલેબસમાં 11 12 માં આવે છે કમ્બાઇન્ડલી આપણે ડિસ્કસ કરશું. They also ask few questions in NEET. Now, apart from that, I would like to advise that especially we should know what we are going to do. That's why I'm giving a brief idea about the syllabus as well as the NEET pattern and everything. Okay. So, as such, I would advise that 11th માં જે તમારું focus છે, that should be on the NEET preparation. 12th, you should have to focus on both. Okay, and it is almost 5 times more than what you studied in the 10th, so you have to buff yourselves up. Okay, so be mentally prepared. Maintain your lecture notes, which will be useful to you at the end of the term. So make sure that you follow on such things. Okay, so now the studies is more based on you. So if you know, basically, all of you should prepare for NEET, whether your target is medical or whether your target is MBBS or something else, but make sure you prepare, because preparing for a competitive exam will help you for your lifetime. Okay, it will be helpful to you in many other exams also, whatever you are doing. So I hope you all know the full form of NEET. So basically, NEET stands for National Eligibility Cum Entrance Test. Okay. તમને લોકોને મારી સ્પીડ વધારે લાગે તો મને કહેજો. Okay, if you feel that I'm going too swift, then kindly inform me. If you want me to translate anything into Gujarati, please feel free. Okay. So as you know, NEET stands for National Eligibility Cum Entrance Test. So we have it is for admission into mainly BDS and the MBBS branches or the medical branches. So we have three subjects, as you all know: physics, chemistry, and biology. Okay. તો આ બધાને હોપફુલી ખ્યાલ જ હશે. Okay. So as you know, from the total in the exam, we have 180 questions. We have 180 questions. So from physics, we have 45 questions. From chemistry, we again have 45 questions. And the bulk of the questions is 90 questions will come from biology. So biology is most important to score marks or to get through in the NEET, obviously. So half of the questions are from biology. Many of you might be knowing this, but as it is my duty, because it's our first lecture, so that's why I'm informing. Otherwise, afterwards, we'll never talk about this, okay? We're gonna never talk about this. It is just as our first lecture, so I'm going in all these details. So we have 90 questions, okay? So for each correct question, you will get 4 marks. You will get 4 marks. So there is total 360 marks of biology. Okay. Physics, chemistry will be, as you know, it will be both of the 180 marks. It will be of 180 marks. So total there will be 720 marks. Okay. So to get through good colleges, you have to set up your target at 600 or 650. કેમ કે લાસ્ટ યર મેરિટ ખૂબ જ અપ ગયું હતું. ઓકે, આઈ હોપ એવરીવન અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડ્સ ગુજરાતી સમજાતું હશે ને બધાને? તો વચ્ચે જ્યારે અમુક વસ્તુ સમજાવવા માટે યુઝ કરું છું તો ઓકે. So as you know કે last year જે છે merit has been up by almost 100 marks. Okay, usually if you are scoring above 450, 500, you are easily able to get through. But last year since papers have been very easy since 2019. Okay, papers ખૂબ જ easy કરી નાખ્યા છે last 2 years થી. Okay, તો એટલા માટે the merit had gone, મતલબ people who have scored 600 marks in open category, they didn't get into government colleges. Even GMERS was closed at 590 marks. Okay, 2017 things were different. Okay, I also taught in your Sardar Gurukul in Bhavnagar. So at that time, for 50 marks, people who were scoring, they were able to get into the medical. But now the same things has changed. So in biology, at least you should score 300 marks. Your target for biology should be 300 marks. Then only you will be able to score, or you will be able to reach to more. You will be able to score more than 550 marks. Okay. So in as such, as you all of you might be knowing that if you, let's say, if out of 90 questions, you have attempted 80 questions, and your 80 questions, okay, out of these 80 questions, your 70 questions are correct and 10 questions are wrong. Okay, so if these are correct and these are wrong, then your total marks will be 280. You will get for 70 questions, 4 marks for each question, and -1 for each answer which is wrong. So this will be 10 questions are there, so you will be losing -10. So this will be deducted from your 280, and your score will be 270. This might be something new, negative marking, which you might know, that for the number of questions which had been wrong, there will be deduction from the marks scored, or there will be deduction from the correct answers which had been given by you. જો તમે 80 માંથી 70 એટેમ્પ કર્યા હોય અને તમારા 10 ખોટા હશે, તો 10 જે છે માઇનસ થશે તમારા જે 70 ના જે તમને માર્ક્સ મળશે એમાંથી. This is what we call as negative marking. It is same for physics, chemistry also. So you should minimize your negative or wrong answers. If you do not તમે leave કરી તમે attempt નથી કર્યું તો that will not be deducted. Then that will not be deducted. Okay. So I hope you all are clear with this part. Okay. If you still have any questions, so this is the NEET exam pattern. This is the NEET exam pattern. So there is 720 marks of the paper. Biology is of 360 marks. Okay, so half of the portion is biology, and you need to score 300 marks. Then only you'll be able to get. Okay, and possibly after 2 years, papers will get difficult because the way the results are going up, then they are supposed to. They'll be making it difficult. So if anyone has any questions with NEET pattern, you can ask me. કોઈને આ પેટર્નમાં કોઈ ક્વેશ્ચન હોય કદાચ ના ખબર હોય તો પૂછી શકો છો. The point to discuss all of these things is we should know what we are going to do in the next upcoming year or two. Okay, એટલા માટે મેં આ સ્ટોરી કહું છું કે આપણે આગળ શું કરવાનું છે તો આપણને ખબર હોવી જોઈએ ને એટલા માટે આ બધું સમજાવું છું. ફર્સ્ટ લેક્ચર છે તો દેટ્સ તમને ખબર હશે બટ મે બી ઘણા લોકોને ના ખ્યાલ હોય તો દેટ્સ વાય ડિસ્કસ. સો નીટની પેટર્નમાં કોઈને કઈ ઇશ્યુ હોય તો યુ કેન આસ્ક મી. Okay, clear this much? Shall we move forward?
Yes.
Okay. So now see, moving forward, if we talk about the 11th and 12th, so as I had already informed, we had 90 questions in biology. So from that 90 questions, it is divided amongst 11th as well as 12th. Okay, so 11th as well as 12th, it will be divided. So from the 11th topics, 11th has got 22 chapters, while 12th has 16 chapters. 12th has 16 chapters. Okay, so from the 11th, there will be 47 to 48 questions, while from the 12th, there will be 42 to 43 questions. So bulk of the, also it may go like sometimes they also ask up to 52 questions from 11. Sometimes they also ask up to 52 questions from 11. So 11th is more important. So 11th is more important, and because it is the syllabus is also huge. Okay, 11th syllabus I need 1 year to complete. 12th I can complete in 6 months. Okay, that is how usually I teach. Okay, so for 11th your focus should be completely on NEET. In NEET 11th is more important. It's also useful to you in your further studies if you go for whatever branches for your graduation, your post-graduation. Okay, this basics will be useful. Okay, so 11th has 47 to 48 questions. Now, if we talk about the 11th, then in 11th biology, you have total 5 units. There are total 5 units. Okay. So unit 1, okay, mainly deals with the diversity of life. Unit 1 mainly deals with the diversity of life. That is plant kingdom, animal kingdom, bacteria, types of fungi, okay, all those things. So it is concerned with the biodiversity or different life forms which we call. That is also termed as the living world unit. So from this in NEET, they usually ask 11 to 12 questions. From this, there are 4 chapters in it, from which they ask 11 to 12 questions. Okay. Then we have unit 2. Okay. Unit 2 deals with the anatomy and morphology. Unit 2 deals with the anatomy and morphology part. So do you know what is anatomy and morphology, guys? Any one of you? કોઈને ખબર છે શું હોય એનાટોમી કે મોર્ફોલોજી? See, these are both basically branches of biology. Okay, so if when we study internal structure of organs, okay, then that is termed as anatomy. It also comes in MBBS first year. Then there is morphology. So when we study external observable characteristics, like how the shape is, how the size is, that is morphological thing. And we will also study something called as histology. We'll also study something called as histology in this unit. So histology means study of tissue. Histology means study of tissue. So unit 2 corresponds to anatomy and morphology of plants and animals. Okay, where we'll study earthworm, cockroach, frog, etc. We'll also study different plant tissues. Okay, like parenchyma, okay, palisade tissue, all those things. Okay, so from unit 2, usually there will be 7 to 8 questions. There will be 7 to 8 questions. Okay, these are all branches of biology, so we should know what we are going to study. That's why I'm informing. Then we have unit 3. Unit 3 is mainly a unit which we call as cytology. Cytology means study of cells. Study of cells. So unit 3 mainly comprises of cytology and biochemistry. So we study different biomolecules and cells. Okay, in the unit 3. There are 3 chapters in this unit. So from this you will get 9 to 10 questions. This chapter you will get 9 to 10 questions. Okay, this chapter you will get 9 to 10 questions. Okay, so this is what we have in the cytology part. So then moving on further, we have unit 4. Unit 4 is what we call as plant physiology. Unit 4 is what we call as plant physiology. So do you know what is physiology? Anyone? Guys, kindly make sure it's a two-way communication, okay? There are very few people, so we can have a best teaching session. So kindly communicate, okay? Then only we'll enjoy. Otherwise, it sounds that only one person is talking and then there is no response. Then it really gets difficult to comprehend what you are getting or what you are not getting. So kindly communication રાખજો two way અને આપણે 6-7 લોકો છીએ તો આપણે કમ્યુનિકેટ કરી શકીએ. ઓકે, ઘણું ઈઝી રહે તો તમને બી મજા આવશે તો જ. સિનારીઓ આવો છે કે વી હેવ ટુ સ્ટડી ઓનલાઈન, ધેર ઇઝ નો પોઈન્ટ, સો કંઈ ના કરી શકીએ આપણે એમાં. વી હેવ ટુ ગેટ એડપ્ટેડ. Okay, so we are talking about plant physiology. Okay, now see, this will mainly study transport of different nutrients, transport of water, photosynthesis, chemical processes which occurs in plants. Okay, so there are 5 chapters in it. So mainly physiology is a branch of biology which is concerned with different life processes. Like 10th માં તમે life processes 1 and 2 કરીને chapters ભણ્યા હશો. In that you have studied circulation, excretion, osmoregulation, okay, reproduction and all. So the life processes mainly comprise of all these activities, okay, which a living organism can do. So this is concerned with different life processes like digestion, circulation, respiration, etc. So from this, almost you will have again 8 to 9 questions in the NEET. Then you have unit 5. Unit 5 is the biggest unit of the 11th, and that unit is about human physiology. So which will study different human systems starting from digestives, respiratory, circulatory, excretory, okay, nervous and endocrine. So from this unit, there will be 13 to 14 questions. Okay. So this is what we have in 11th. This is what we have in 11th. There are 7 chapters in human physiology. So for NEET, your most important units, okay, your most important units are Unit 1, Unit 3, and Unit 5. Okay, 1 has 4 chapter, Unit 3 has 3 chapter, 5 has 7 chapters. So if you study these 14 chapters, then easily you will get 11 to 12 questions from this, okay, 9 to 10 questions from this unit, and 13 to 14 questions from this unit. So minimum you will be able to answer 33 to 34 questions if you are well versed in these units, if you know these units. Okay, so you have to work smartly. In order to score in NEET, you have to work smartly. So those units which has got more weightage, you ought to focus on that. You have to focus on those units. Okay. So this is our bifurcation of the syllabus with respect to the questions in NEET. તો નીટમાં કયા યુનિટમાંથી કેટલા ક્વેશ્ચન આવે 11th માંથી એક આપણને ખબર હોવી જોઈએ, કેમ કે આપણે શું ભણવાનું છે તો ખ્યાલ હોવો જોઈએ ને કઈ રીતે કરવાનું છે, એટલા માટે મેં આ આખી એક્સપ્લેનેશન આપ્યું. તો આમાં કોઈને કંઈ ડાઉટ હોય તો પૂછો. આપણે પહેલા પેટર્નની વાત કરી, પછી 11th માં કયા યુનિટમાંથી કેટલા ક્વેશ્ચન્સ આવે છે એની વાત કરી. Okay. So if anyone else who has any questions, okay, Yemi, Niti, Khushi, Krisha, Rajvi, Vaishnavi, you guys are free to ask. Okay, are you guys sleeping or awake? I mean, there's no response, so I'm not sure whether you're awake or not.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So any problems in this? We should know what we are going to do. That's why I had explained all of this.
No.
Yemi, Khushi, Krisha, Rajvi, Vaishnavi, are you guys here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So I hope you get till this point what we had discussed. Okay. Now, if we want to define biology, we'll just talk about some of the basic terms which you might have studied in 10th also. Then biology is basically termed as the story of life on earth. Your textbook had defined it as story of life on earth. Or we also call it study of life from the terms that is bios and logos. Okay, bios means in Greek it means life, and logos means study. Okay, so we also call it from this term study of life. Okay, poetically we also call it story of life on earth, which is a beautiful sentence that it is basically a story of life on earth. Okay, so earth per life ni story ne આપણે biology કહીએ છીએ. It's a wonderful sentence. Okay, so this is what I hope you should know, and and I'll be teaching this subject. Now I hope you know that can you tell me how cells are made up of, or what will form the cells? How
Tissue.
cells? No. What are the constituents of a cell? I'm asking. Anyone? Anyone? So these are biomolecules like protein, lipid, carbohydrate that will form the cell. So different biomolecules, okay, will combine. Different biomolecules will combine and it will form a cell. Now, if there are many cells, okay, a group of cells, what can I call a group of cells, guys?
Tissue.
Very good. So I'll call it tissue. So what will be the special characteristics of cells which are part of a tissue? What will be special characteristics of the cells which are part of a tissue? In tissue, cells are of usually of same shape and size, and most importantly, they are what we call as differentiated cells. They are what we call as differentiated cells. So do you know what is differentiated cells, guys? Do you know what is? Yes, beta.
Differentiated cells mean different kinds of cells.
Yes, Khushi. Differentiated means these cells, okay, have undergone differentiation. They have undergone differentiation. That means they will keep on performing same function throughout their lifetime. Cells of a tissue will be having same function, they will be of same type, and they'll be of usually same size and same type, and they'll keep on performing the same function. Okay, the cells of a tissue will keep on performing same function for their entire lifetime. તો ટિશ્યુમાં જે સેલ્સ હશે તે એક જ ફંક્શન કરશે અને બધા સેલ્સનું ફંક્શન સેમ હશે. તો આવા સેલ્સને આપણે શું કહીએ? ડિફરન્શિએટેડ સેલ્સ. આવા સેલ્સને આપણે કહીએ ડિફરન્શિએટેડ. Okay. Now if I'll take many tissue, then they will form what?
Organ.
Okay, organ. And so many organs will combinedly form organ system. And from the organ system, we'll have organism. Yes or no? We'll have organism. So we have organ system, organs, and then organism. I hope you know. So, like if you take human being, we have so many different organ systems like respiratory, circulatory, digestive, which we'll study. So that will come in the physiology part. We study different types of tissues which form organs. It will come in histology part. We study cell and biomolecules. It will come in biochemistry and cytology part. Okay, I hope you should know this, that it starts from biomolecules, then cells, then tissues, then organs, then organ systems, and then organism. Okay. So if you have any problems in this, you can ask me. If you're not able to get anything like differentiation or anything, you can ask me. કોઈને કંઈ પ્રોબ્લેમ હોય આમાં તો તમે ક્વેશ્ચન પૂછી શકો છો. ઓકે, એ બેઝિક્સ છે, 10th સુધી બી આવે, પણ જસ્ટ રિફ્રેશ કરવા માટે I'd explain. Any problems, guys, in that?
No.
Okay. Now, cell is made up of what? Can you tell me what will make the cell? We call cell as fundamental unit of life or fundamental unit of living organism, structural and functional unit. So what is there inside the cell? What is there inside the cell?
Nucleus and other
Okay, anything else? So we have two main things. One is cytoplasm. Anything else? That is the liquid part. Anything else apart from this, like nucleus, mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum? What are those things?
cell organelles.
Okay, very good. Those are cell organelles. So cytoplasm is basically what we call as cytoplasm is nothing but the liquid part of the cell. And then we have different organelles like nucleus, okay, mitochondria, etc. Now, do you know what is protoplasm, guys? Do you know what is protoplasm? Anyone? સાંભળ્યું છે કોઈ ક્યારે protoplasm?
Yes, sir.
Anyone? Okay, anyone? What is protoplasm, guys?
Yes, it is a colorless liquid which comprises the cell organelles.
Anyone? Okay. Protoplasm means if I combine cytoplasm as well as cell organelles. If I combine cytoplasm as well as cell organelles, it is what we call as protoplasm. This question they've asked in AIMS exam. AIMS exam was earlier separately, they used to conduct it, but now they've stopped it. It was conducted in 2019. So they've asked what is protoplasm? Protoplasm is cytoplasm plus cell organelles. So if I take cytoplasm and then if I also consider cell organelles, it is termed as protoplasm of the cell. It is termed as protoplasm of the cell. Okay, so make sure you note it down. So it is nothing but cytoplasm plus cell organelles. Clear, guys, this much?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you should know differentiation, what is cell, what are tissue, okay, and what is protoplasm. Okay. Now moving forward, we'll start with something termed as techniques. So in your textbook, at so many points, terms corresponding to these techniques will be used. So your first lecture of today is about techniques in biology. In NEET, they usually ask questions, and also earlier they used to ask a specific number of questions, but now they are asking in relation to some other topics. So in entire 11th, okay, in your textbook at different places, okay, you'll get a reference of these techniques, or they have mentioned such techniques. So at that time, I will not explain you what it is. So that's why I am taking all the techniques which is mentioned in your syllabus in our first two. I'll take from today, starting from today, I'll taking in first two lectures. So all the techniques which is there in your syllabus in 11th, I am teaching it together. So these are different techniques without which study of biology is not possible. And all of these techniques are mentioned in your syllabus. And sometimes they also ask questions in NEET from these techniques. So that's why we are starting with this. Okay. So it is not mentioned separately in textbook, but I have combinedly compiled it. Okay. So બાયોલોજીમાં જેટલી પણ ટેકનિક્સ યુઝ થશે ટેક્સ્ટબુકમાં અલગ અલગ જગ્યાએ ટેકનિકના નામ પણ આવશે તો ત્યારે હું એ નહીં સમજાવું એટલા માટે આપણે બધી ટેકનિક અત્યારે એક સાથે કરીએ છીએ. Make sure you maintain your lecture notes. So first technique, we study 9 to 10 techniques. The first technique is what we call as microscopy. First technique is what we call as microscopy. So this is a technique for which we'll need an instrument, and that instrument is what we call as, anyone? Microscope. Okay. So why we need microscopy? What is the use or purpose of microscope? What is the use or purpose of microscope, guys?
We can see small organisms.
Okay, very good. So it is used to see something which is not visible to naked eye. It is used to see something which is not visible to naked eye. Okay, can I say it so? Okay, so I can use it to study and view or to observe microbes like bacteria and the organisms which are not visible to. Okay, I can use it to study cells. Okay, so it is to observe microbe cells which are not visible to naked eye, which are not visible to our naked eyes. Okay, now, so if you want to see something which is not visible to naked eye, but it is existing like coronavirus, we cannot see with the naked eye. So then we have to use microscopy. Clear this much, guys? So there are two types of microscopic techniques. There are two types of microscopy. That is, one is what we call as light microscopy. Another is what we call as electron microscopy. So one is what we call as light microscopy, other is what we call as electron microscopy. Okay, so in light microscopy, light is used. You might have seen in your school there is a microscope which is a light microscope, and we use lens, a glass lens is used. In electron microscopy, electrons are used. Okay, how I will explain. So we have light microscopy, and for this we have a microscope which we call it light microscope. For electron microscopy, we have a microscope which we call it electron microscope, which we call as electron microscope. Okay, clear this much, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so light microscope, we can use natural or artificial light. Okay, and there is lens is used. So if I talk about light microscope, then we use mainly lens is used. Okay, light is used. Light can be artificial or natural. And what will be the use of this? It is used to study cells. It is used to observe or to study cells as well as unicellular organism as well as unicellular organisms. So do you know what are unicellular organisms, guys? Anyone?
Single-celled organism.
Yeah, so we have amoeba, paramecium. Okay, all those things can be seen through light microscope. Okay, અગેન લાઇટ માઇક્રોસ્કોપના બી ઘણા બધા ટાઇપ્સ છે, પણ એ તમારા સિલેબસમાં નથી. આપણે એક્ઝામ પોઈન્ટ ઓફ વ્યૂ જે ક્વેશ્ચન્સ પૂછે છે એના એટલું જ આપણે ડિસ્કસ કરીએ કે આ ટોપિક તો આખો બહુ સેપરેટ થાય, આમાં ફિઝિક્સ કેમિસ્ટ્રી પણ આવે, પણ એ આપણા પોઈન્ટ નથી એટલે આપણે એમાં જતા નથી. So you should know we use lens that is based on glass lens and light. Light can be artificial. Okay, like if you study onion root tip cells, there is experimental in the 11th syllabus that if you want to study onion root tip cells, then you will be using simple light microscope or compound light microscope જે તમારી સ્કૂલની લેબોરેટરીમાં બી હશે. Okay, so just make sure you know that. Clear? This is what we have in light microscopy. Now you might have heard about light microscope, but you might not have heard about electron microscope. So then second is what we have is electron microscope. Okay, so electron microscope. Usually electron microscope, we use beam of electrons. We use beam of electrons. That means in that we use light rays. Over here we use beam or we will use thousands of electrons. I hope you know electrons. Okay. Now to generate this beam, in light microscope, lens is used to focus light. Here to generate this beam, electromagnetic coil is used. You study it in physics and all. Electromagnetic coil is used to develop electron beam. Okay, they'll not ask you this in exam, but just remember what questions to understand the functioning it is needed. That's why I'm explaining. So here beam of electron is used. Okay, and it is generated from the electromagnetic coil. So electromagnetic coil generates electrons. And normal light microscope we use glass slide and our specimen કે જેમાં આપણે સેલ્સ જોવા હશે એનું સેક્શન લઈ અને ગ્લાસ સ્લાઇડ પર મૂકીને જોશું. ઇલેક્ટ્રોન માઇક્રોસ્કોપમાં you have to prepare sample અને એની પર પછી ઇલેક્ટ્રોન્સ જે છે એનું ફોકસ કરવામાં આવશે. ઓકે, ઇલેક્ટ્રોન્સનું ફોકસ કરવામાં આવશે. So the image which you get from electron microscopy is termed as electron micrograph. The image which you obtain, okay, ઇલેક્ટ્રોન માઇક્રોસ્કોપ જે છે ને એ રૂમની સાઇઝનું હોય, એક રૂમ મોટા રૂમની સાઇઝનું હોય. ગુજરાતમાં 3 થી 4 જગ્યાએ ઇલેક્ટ્રોન માઇક્રોસ્કોપ છે. એક બરોડા MS યુનિવર્સિટીમાં છે, વિદ્યાનગરમાં SP યુનિવર્સિટીમાં છે, અને ગાંધીનગર ફોરેન્સિક્સ યુનિવર્સિટીમાં છે. લગભગ ભાવનગરમાં બી હમણાં લીધું છે. આઈ ડોન્ટ નો તમારી યુનિવર્સિટીમાં, આઈ એમ નોટ શ્યોર. તો બીકોઝ આઈ કેમ લાસ્ટ મંથ, મારું PhD ચાલુ છે, તો આઈ કેમ લાસ્ટ મંથ ઇન ભાવનગર યુનિવર્સિટી. તો ઇલેક્ટ્રોન માઇક્રોગ્રાફ જે હશે એ image which you obtain from electron microscope. It is the image obtained by electron microscope. આપણે ટેક્સ્ટ બુકમાં અમુક જગ્યાએ આવો વર્ડ યુઝ થશે, જેમ કે ન્યુક્લિયસનું સ્ટ્રક્ચર સ્ટડી કરશું તેમાં લખેલું હશે ઇલેક્ટ્રોન માઇક્રોગ્રાફ ઓફ ન્યુક્લિયસ. ધેટ મીન્સ એ ઇમેજ જે છે ન્યુક્લિયસની એ તમને ઇલેક્ટ્રોન માઇક્રોસ્કોપમાંથી મળેલી છે, અથવા ઇલેક્ટ્રોન માઇક્રોસ્કોપની હેલ્પથી એ ઇમેજ તમને મળેલી છે. So you can photograph it also. You can also photograph it. So it is the image obtained by electron microscope is what we call as electron micrograph. Got it? Okay, Niti, Yemi, Khushi, Krisha, Rajvi.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I
Yes,
hope
sir.
all. Okay, I hope all of you are awake. Okay, so we have different types of microscopy about which we are talking right now. So you should know what is electron microscope. આપણા સિલેબસમાં ટેક્સ્ટબુકમાં ઘણી બધી જગ્યાનો યુઝ આવશે. Okay. Now they've asked one question in NEET: what will be the use of electron microscopy? So electron microscopy is used to study or to observe and study cell organelles. To observe and study cell organelles. For example, if I want to study nucleus, then I cannot see nucleus in it is of the micrometer size. Okay, so I cannot, micrometer means, I hope you know in physics you might have studied this, of 10 raised to -6. Okay, size. તો જો મારે ન્યુક્લિયસ ને માઇક્રોસ્કોપમાં જોવું હશે તો હું નહીં જોઈ શકું લાઇટ માઇક્રોસ્કોપમાં. એના માટે મારે શું યુઝ કરવું પડશે? ઇલેક્ટ્રોન માઇક્રોસ્કોપ. એના માટે મારે શું યુઝ કરવું પડશે? ઇલેક્ટ્રોન માઇક્રોસ્કોપ. તો તમને આમાંથી they ask this kind of question: if I want to study nucleus, which microscopy can be done? So answer is electron microscopy. If I want to study cell organelles, which microscopy can be used? Answer is electron microscopy. Okay, તો આમાંથી આવા ક્વેશ્ચન ઘણીવાર પૂછેલા છે નીટમાં કે સેલ ઓર્ગેનલ્સ ને સ્ટડી કરવા માટે કઈ ટેકનિક યુઝ થાય, તો શું આન્સર આવે? ઇલેક્ટ્રોન માઇક્રોસ્કોપ. શું આન્સર આવશે? ઇલેક્ટ્રોન માઇક્રોસ્કોપ. બરાબર? ક્લિયર ધીસ મચ?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just a moment, I'm getting call. Just a moment. Okay, so see, we have electron microscope, okay, which can be used to study cell organelles. If I want to only study cell, or if I want to study amoeba or a protozoan or a paramecium, let's say, then I can use light microscope. Okay. Now, why do we use microscope? Because microscope has two primary characteristics. That is, any microscope will provide us better resolution and better magnification. So do you know what this means, guys? Any idea what is the meaning of these terms, resolution and magnification? See, આપણે કેમ ફોનમાં એવું કહીએ કે વધારે મેગાપિક્સલ હોય તો વધારે ક્લિયર ઇમેજ આવે. તો જેટલું મેગાપિક્સલ વધારે એટલી ક્લિયર ઇમેજ આવશે, કે ક્લેરિટી વધારે હશે. ઓકે, like DSLR will obviously give you better picture than mobile phone camera. Why? Because it has better resolution. So resolution je che, it is mainly, it gives better clarity. It gives better clarity. Magnification means it will magnify. So if you take a normal magnifying glass, તો શું થશે કે કોઈ પણ નાની વસ્તુ હશે સ્મોલ, એ મોટી દેખાશે ને આપણને. ઓકે, એ મોટી દેખાશે ને, તો you can magnify it by using microscope. તો માઇક્રોસ્કોપના બે properties છે that it has better resolution and magnification as compared to naked eye. That's why we use it. That's why we use it to study cells. એટલે જ આપણે cells નું study કરવા માટે એનો use કરીએ છીએ. Okay. Now let's say what is in other words resolution means કે can you tell me કે human eye minimum કેટલું distance જોઈ શકે? Human eye minimum બે એકદમ close located points હશે તો એની વચ્ચે કેટલું distance minimum આપણે we can know કે separate છે એકબીજાથી. Anyone?
centimeters.
No, not percent. I'm asking કેટલું distance मतलब minimum કેટલું distance આપણી human eye જે છે એ judge કરી શકશે?
Till infinite?
No. We can sense if there is 1 millimeter distance between two things. 1 millimeter distance between two things, and that can be sensed. If you take your scale, so 1 centimeter માં 10 millimeter હશે ને? So 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 that you can sense. So we can sense 1 millimeter distance. So બે point હશે let's say આ બે અલગ અલગ પોઈન્ટ છે આની વચ્ચે 1 mm નું ડિસ્ટન્સ હશે તો આપણી આઈઝ ને ખબર પડશે. But what if બે point વચ્ચે માઇક્રોમીટર નું ડિસ્ટન્સ છે? Okay, micrometer, I hope you know that is micrometer નું ડિસ્ટન્સ હશે બે point વચ્ચે, that is 10⁻⁻6 meter. Okay, or if it is less than 1 millimeter, 0.1 mm, then we cannot be able to sense it. If it is less than 1 millimeter, then we won't be able to sense it, or 0.1 mm, we won't be able to sense it. Yes or no? So that
Yes.
means કે distance તો છે, but આપણે નથી sense કરી શકતા. But microscope can sense it. Microscope can sense it. That's why we call that microscope has a better resolution. Microscope has a better resolution, okay, in comparison to naked human eye. So that's why we can say that it can easily show you two different images or points or structures, even though they have a distance of micrometer between them. A distance of micrometer between them. એટલા માટે it has better resolution. Magnification is very easy. It can magnify ultra small structures. Okay, it can magnify ultra small structures and it can make it look bigger. Got it? So they've asked this question. That microscopy is used because it can be used to study ultra small structure because it has better resolution and magnification. Because it has better resolution and magnification. Got it? So if you have any problems in this, you can ask me. If you have any problems in whatever we have discussed till now in microscopy, you can ask me. Okay. Anyone, any issues guys till now?
No.
Okay. Okay, so see. Now, electron microscopy can be of two types. Electron microscopy can be of two types. Okay. Which are they? One is TEM, another is SEM. TEM means transmission electron microscopy. SEM means scanning electron microscopy. Okay, nowadays scanning is used. Okay, earlier TEM was used. Okay, recent it is this much. So what will happen? આ ડિટેલ માં તમને નહીં પૂછે, but એક question હતો કે ઇલેક્ટ્રોન માઇક્રોસ્કોપીની types કેટલી હોય, તો આન્સર આવે 2 types. Like in transmission electron microscopy, electrons will be transmitted through the sample and that you will get the image. Transmission માં શું થશે કે sample માંથી electrons pass થશે and then you will get the image. Okay. Scanning માં શું થશે? Electrons જે હશે sample પરથી reflect થઈને પાછા આવશે. Scanning માં શું થશે કે electrons જે હશે sample પરથી reflect. So it is like in transmission, electron beam, let's say electron beam, it is a sample. Electrons will pass through it. In scanning, electrons will be reflected back, and then those electrons are captured, and you will get the image. Okay. So nowadays scanning is used. Transmission, there are more chances that the cell you have to use dead sample. Cell just a dead state માં તમે એને જોઈ શકો. So usually nowadays scanning is used. Just આટલું પૂછશે નહીં તમને, but just for your knowledge, okay, you should know that it is of 2 types. Okay, one question was there, that's why. Okay, so this is which one is more advanced, then your answer must be this scanning is more advanced. Okay, so this is what we have in microscopy. So you should know 2 things in microscopy for questions. It is used to see the things which are not visible to naked eye. If I want to study cell organelles, the things which are smaller than cell, then we have to use electron microscope. Okay, for studying normal cells, unicellular cells, organisms, we can use light microscope. We can use light microscope. Clear this much?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is all we have in microscopy. I will also share the notes, okay, and Google Classroom which we'll be making. And I hope, do you all of you have textbooks or not, guys? Do you have textbooks?
No.
Okay, so I'll share the PDF over here. Okay, in the tomorrow I'll share it, or I'll share it in the Google Classroom. Okay, just a moment. If I have already there in my laptop, I'll just send it to you. I'll just share it the link. Okay, I don't have right now, but I'll share it. So that you can, I'll share all the 3 textbooks. I'll also put in Google Classroom so you can go through it. Because right now everything is closed, so you need to have soft copy at least. Okay. So now second thing okay, we had yesterday also અમે લોકો Google Classroom બનાવશું, તેમાંથી તમે access કરી શકશો. અને કાલે એવું છે તો હું ક્લાસમાં બી ફાઇલ શેર કરી દઈશ chat box માં બી. So second technique is what we have is staining. Second technique is what we have is staining. It is also very much useful. See, if I want to study something in microscope, મારે microscope માં કંઈ જોવું હશે, so I won't be able to see it directly. Why? Because if you know, then cells are mainly transparent. Cytoplasm and everything is transparent. So I cannot see it directly in the microscope. So then to study the cell in microscope, what we need to do? We need to stain them, or we need to fill color in them. Okay. So that's why the technique called staining is used. So staining is nothing but it is the process of applying colors or to fill colors in the stain. In simple words, I can call it as to fill color in cells. That is what we call as staining. Okay. So without this, you cannot observe them in microscope. Without this, you cannot observe the cells inside the microscope. Okay. So it is the process of applying colors to the cells. Okay. Now to apply color or to to apply color, we use different stains. We use different stains. These stains are nothing but they are basically color dyes. They are color dyes. જેમ કે આપણે ક્લોથ્સ ને કલર કરવા માટે અલગ અલગ કલર્સ નો યુઝ થાય ડાઈઝ નો એમ સેમ these stains will be different dyes. Okay, like there is methylene blue. Okay, then there is crystal violet, etc. તો સ્ટેઇન જે છે ડિફરન્ટ ડાઈઝ છે કે જે ટ્રાન્સપેરન્ટ સેલ્સમાં કલર જે છે કલરફુલ બનાવવા માટે યુઝ થશે. then only you can study. તો જ તમને એનું સ્ટ્રક્ચર ને બધું માઇક્રોસ્કોપમાં સરખું ઓબ્ઝર્વ થશે, બાકી નહીં થાય. Okay, so what dyes are used as stains? Dyes which are used as stains can be acidic, basic, or can be neutral. So this depends on their pH. This depends on their pH. Acidic dyes have pH in the range, I hope you know what is pH, in the range of 1 to 7. Basic have pH in the range of 7 to 14, and neutral have pH around 7. Do you know pH, guys, or not? Anyone?
Yes.
Okay, so it determines the acidity or basicity of a compound. Okay, so these dyes are used as per characteristics of the cell. The dyes are used as per characteristics of the cell. We will study in our syllabus. There is an example which is what we call as gram stain. Which is what we call as gram stain. So it is used to stain bacteria. It is used to stain bacteria. Okay, so you can use it to study bacteria, and then you can see them in the microscope. You can put this stain drop on the slide. So usually શું હોતા, આવી રીતના will take a slide. Okay, this is a glass slide. Okay, yeah, let's say there is your bacteria over here. On this bacteria will put this stain drop will be put, and then the stain will go inside this, and then you can observe it under the microscope. And then you can observe it under the microscope. Okay, so you should know that the stains are used to study or to use to fill colors in the cells, so they can be observed in the microscope. So they can be observed in the microscope. Okay, common such stains which we commonly use, the examples are, there is methylene blue. Okay, there is safranine. Okay, there is basic fuchsin. If you want to stain the nucleus, you have to use basic fuchsin. It is used to stain nucleus. Nucleus, it is a cell organelle inside the cell. They have asked this question. Okay, basic fuchsin is used to stain nucleus. Methylene blue is a blue color stain which can fill blue color in the cells bacteria. Safranine is reddish pink or red colored stain. Okay, then there is Janus green. Okay, which is used to stain mitochondria. It is used to stain mitochondria, powerhouse of the cell. So if you want to study mitochondria, you have to use this stain. So note it down or take the screenshot. So these are different stains. These are different stains which we'll be using in microscope. So this is what we have in staining. If you have any doubts in staining, kindly tell me.
Sir, how do we apply these stains on an organism?
Stain on it. So see, you have to take, that's what I explained, like you have to take a bacteria culture. Okay, you have to take a bacterial culture and then you have to take drop of that culture onto the glass slide. Like if you are using normal microscope, then you have to take a bacterial culture, you have to put a drop on the glass slide and then you have to put this stain. You have to put the drop of this stain. You have to keep it for a few minutes and then you can observe them under microscope. And then you can observe them under microscope. Wait, I'll show you an image if I can get one, okay, from the Google. Like if you've seen the coronavirus structure, it is obtained from electron microscope. Okay, just for your knowledge. Just a moment, I'm just downloading the image for you guys, so then I will show you. તમારે 11th માં practical માં આવે છે, but I don't know whether આવે તો practicals તો ક્યાં ભૂલી જવાના ને બધાને. Okay, can you see this? I'll share the image, guys. See, this is a, let's say that you have a culture of bacteria like this. ઘણા બધા bacteria આવી રીતના એક કલ્ચરમાં હશે that you can develop. You put a drop. Okay, you watch the slide. Okay, then you put the stain. Then you put the stain like this. This is gram staining technique. And then you can observe it under the microscope. And then you can observe it under the microscope. So you have a culture of bacteria, put a drop. Okay, then you add the stain, and then you can observe it in the microscope. This is how it is done. So you need to have a culture of bacteria in a small beaker or in a small test tube. You just have to use a drop. Just take a drop મૂકવાનો, એમાં stain નો પણ એક drop મૂકવાનો. And then you can study them in the microscope. And then you can study them in the microscope. Okay, beta, this much, got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I'll also show you images of light microscope and electron microscope. Can you see? This is the light microscope. I hope you can see. These are also light microscopes, different types. દેખાય છે બધાને? Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Hmm. This is also a light microscope. Apart. This is how you can see cells in the microscope. They are stained cells. See, you can see the stained cells. देखा ये? This is the real cell image in microscope. Like you can see, there are cells stained in microscope. Cells are stained with the pink color, and this is the microscopic image. Microscope માં light microscope માં આવી image મળશે. દેખાણું? Everyone.
Sir.
Okay. Okay, this is the stained image cells. I also share you some of the more things, like let me show you electron microscope. Okay, see. Let me share. So this is electron microscope. I hope you can see it. देखा ये? Can you see it, guys?
Yes.
It needs a specialized room with air condition and everything. Okay. Also needs expertise. તમે કે હું ઓપરેટ ના કરી શકે, એક્સપર્ટીઝ જોશે. તમને આ રીતના કમ્પ્યુટરમાં ઇમેજ બી મળશે. મેં જે સેમ્પલ મૂક્યું છે ને એની ઇમેજ તમને જો આ રીતના કમ્પ્યુટરમાં મળશે, as you can see. Got it? This is also electron microscope. See, the computers are attached to it. Then these are the images which you get in microscope. These are the images which you get in scanning electron microscope. Okay, this is about the pollen grains and viruses and all. You can get આવી રીતના image મળશે. દેખાય છે બધાને? Can you see, guys? તમારે બોલવું પડશે મારા લેક્ચરમાં, ટુ વે કમ્યુનિકેશન રાખવું પડશે, બાકી નહીં મજા આવે આપણને.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is a coronavirus image. I hope this is electron microscopic image. દેખાય છે? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
This is, આ તમે જોઈ હશે ઘણી જગ્યાએ. It's a coronavirus electron microscopic image. These are all proteins. Spike protein જે કહીએ ને proteins છે, આ maroon color ના જે છે. Okay. Excuse me. These are also electron microscopic images of coronavirus, as you can see. It is of nanometer in size. Okay. Got it? So this is what we have for today. Okay, so we have discussed NEET pattern. We have also discussed about the number of questions and weightage with respect to chapter, and we have started with the techniques. So we'll still cover a few more techniques in tomorrow's lecture. If you have any doubt in microscopy or in the whatever we have discussed, like in the staining, okay, or in the pattern, then you can say it. Okay, you can ask me. If you have any suggestions for my teaching, then also you can ask me. કોઈને એવું કોઈ મારી teaching માં કોઈ problem લાગતો તો બી કહી શકો છો. Suggestions હોય તો આરામથી, કેમ કે it is a two-way process છે. એટલે તમે મને કહેશો તો જ I can improve. હું always પૂછું છું મારા first classમાં. Okay. મારી સ્પીડ વધારે લાગતી તો બી કહેજો. તમને કોઈ વસ્તુ ગુજરાતીમાં એવું હોય તો બી મને કહેજો. If you want me to translate in ગુજરાતી તો એ બી આપણે કરીશું. તો કોઈને કઈ સજેશન્સ હોય, કેમ કે આપણો ફર્સ્ટ લેક્ચર હતો and we are not meeting physically, એટલા માટે I have to ask you. So કોઈને કઈ એવો પ્રોબ્લેમ હોય તો you can ask me. And please put on your camera so I can know who you are, because I've not seen your faces. So okay, so kindly put on your video camera so I can come to know like who I mean, who all are you? Okay, we have Krisha, then Khushi, then Janiti, okay, Vaishnavi, Yemi, okay. I think Raji is not here. I don't know. Okay. So, okay.
Problem.
Okay.
I mean, lecture.
Okay. Okay. So, any suggestions? Anything? We'll continue with tomorrow further. कोई के suggestions છે? You can feel free. Okay. It's not the usual. I'm not like a usual teacher, so we can have two-way conversation. तो as you are going to study further, तो તમને interest પડશે તો જ કોઈ point છે. Okay. I'm also doing my PhD in education and biology only. That's why I'm much more interested. So if you have any suggestions, so you can ask me. મારી speed બધાને comfortable છે? Everyone? Okay. Are you all comfortable in English? Everyone?
Yes.
જો ના હો તો બી પૂછી લેજો. Sir, do not feel shy. કે બીજા શું વિચારશે? If you, ultimately language is not important. To understand is more important. Okay. So if you do not get anything, then you can ask me, because that problem usually happens. Okay. તો એટલા કે તમારો ફોલ્ટ નથી, ઘણીવાર ટેન્સ સુધી તમે ના ભણી આવો એ રીતે, એટલા માટે ઇટ મે હેપન. તો કઈ ને કઈ એવું ઇશ્યુ હોય તો યુ કેન આસ્ક, હું ટ્રાન્સલેટ કરી આપીશ. I also teach in Gujarati medium, so I'm equally aware of all the terms in Gujarati. Okay. So because I teach from 10th to MSc level, so that's it. So if you have any problem, so please feel free and ask. Okay. We'll have few techniques which we will cover tomorrow. And then we'll start with the chapter number 9, that is biomolecules. Today we are going to create Google Classroom. I'll put textbooks and everything in that. I'll also share my notes. Okay. But make sure you maintain your lecture notes. Okay. Like usually when I teach entire syllabus for 11th and 12th, okay, there is, as such, you will need 10 to 12 full-step notebooks. And then finally, before your NEET exam, you need to revise from that. Okay. So many questions and everything, I'll be compiling it and teaching you. I also make my notes every year. Okay, દર વર્ષે મારી notes ને બી restructure કરું. Okay, as per questions. So make sure that you guys maintain your notes. Okay. કદાચ તમે notes by ના કરી હોય તો 300 pages ના full step આવે ને best છે. But if you already bought it, then પાછો ખર્ચો ના કરતા. તો શું છે કે એમાં you 5 or 6 notebooks, you can have entire syllabus. So make sure that you maintain it. Okay, કેમ કે પછી એન્ડમાં ઘણીવાર વચ્ચે એવું થાય, ઘણા સ્ટુડન્ટ્સ I know કે they lost their notebooks and then they have to find, and then all those things. તે problem ના થાય એટલા માટે maintain it. Okay, હું PDF બી share કરતો જ લઈશ પછી lecture પછી. Certain things you have to write down while lecture, so you should understand that. Okay, so we'll take some of the techniques tomorrow, and then we'll continue with the chapter. We'll start with chapter number 9. First chapter of biology, that is biomolecules. Without that, you cannot study anything. So tomorrow we'll meet again at the same time, and we'll continue with the techniques and we'll complete it. Okay. I'll also put the things in Google Classroom, and then we'll also share the link with you. Okay. The admin guy will share the link with you. Okay. So So that's all for today. So if you have any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, this is all for today. Okay, guys. Anyways, goodbye and take care. We'll meet tomorrow.